Yo, what is up, boys? It's your boy Minsar back at you with another video after a very long time because I want to get back into, I guess, NFL content is what I want to start doing more of. But, it's first NFL Sunday. Bucks and Cowboys have already played. That was an amazing game to watch, I'm not gonna lie. Um, Pretty insane game. Dak Prescott looked good. Tom Brady looked good. Neither of their defenses really looked too great, but um, yeah, let's get right into the tier list of NFL teams this season. And I'm just going to go ahead and start off. I am a Texans fan and no bias. No, absolutely no bias here. The Texans are D tier. Let's just go ahead and get D tier out the way. Jets, Jaguars, Bengals, uh, Lions, and honestly, Giants. That is my D tier, if you want to be 100% honest. Texans, I, I don't have to explain. We don't know what the fuck's happening with the Texans. It's literally, I'll probably throw it up on screen. It's the fucking meme with the fire all around saying this is fine, everything's fine. Because as a Texans fan, it's not okay. If you know a Texans fan, please check up on them. They are not mentally stable right now. But with the Jets, they were the second worst team in football last year. And I mean, they did add some key things. They got rid of Sam Darnold. They added Zach Wilson in that draft. Zach Wilson, he's unproven to me. I mean, as most rookies are. But I just didn't see enough in the preseason from him to justify the Jets being up a tier. Like he's not going to come out and drop Patrick Mahomes like numbers, to me at least. And then they have Elijah Moore, the rookie receiver. They have a couple other impact rookies. But yeah, I just don't think their defense still isn't good. Their offense, I mean, it remains to see what happens with Zach Wilson. Their offense rests solely on Zach Wilson. The Jaguars, division rivals of the Texans. Their big hit was losing Travis Etienne. That was tough. Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence. He's not gonna launch them into C tier, but I mean he'll be solid this year. He'll continue to improve. He's Trevor Lawrence. He's one of the best prospects around at college in a very, very long time. But their receiving core I think is very solid. They have Marvin Jones, Laviska Shenault, DJ Chark. I mean that's a solid receiving core for Trevor Lawrence to start off with. And he has James Robinson, who was an undrafted rookie, 1,000-yard fucking rusher last year. That's crazy. The Bengals, Joe Burrow coming back from an ACL. I mean, that's just gonna. He only threw like I think one pass or two passes in the preseason. He had one drive and it was 3 plays in the preseason, so we just have to see how he comes back from that ACL, and he might be able to bump them up a tier. Because I mean, they have T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, which Jamar Chase, if y'all haven't seen that quote that he said, he's having trouble catching the ball because it doesn't have the white stripes on it that the college football does, which is absolutely insane to me. Like, but that's Jamar Chase is going to be an iffy person. But T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins coming into second season should still be amazing. Their defense, it's it's the Bengals defense. They have Jesse Bates, which covers up a lot of their secondary problems, but their front seven needs some work, that's for sure. The Lions, if you know a Lions fan, go check up on them, just like a Texans fan. They haven't been mentally stable for a very long time. Shout out MMG, but the Lions are if let me put it this way. if one of your fantasy players is going up against the Jets, Lions, Texans, they're going up against any of these teams in the D tier, start them. They will produce. The Giants, Daniel Jones needs to get out of there. He's not it. Saquon coming out with ACL. I mean, Saquon is Saquon. When he's healthy, he's going to be one of the best running backs in football. That's just facts. They still have one of the worst O-lines in football. So Saquon's still probably going to have more injuries. Daniel Jones could be running for his life. They added Kenny Golladay, but Kenny Golladay hasn't been not injured in a very long time. So, yeah. Onto the C tier. This one gets interesting for me. So I definitely know I want the Panthers there. I think the Steelers are brink of being B tier. Oh, I guess if I wanted to put this in order, I would put probably be like that. That's the actual order. I think the Steelers are brink B tier just because their defense, but their offense. I mean, Big Ben, he's old, man. He is very old. I just don't think he has what he used to have. But another C tier team. I listen to a lot of Around the NFL podcast. Shout out to them. But Greg Rosenthal really thinks the Broncos are going to go to the playoffs. I don't see it. Not with Teddy Bridgewater. I just don't think so. Getting into the rest of these teams. Eagles are definitely C tier. Jalen Hurts, very unproven. Their defense isn't it. Now I'm getting to where I could see a way for almost all of these teams to make it into the playoffs. Which is crazy that you can have this many teams that, like, they have an actual legit shot before the season to make the playoffs. Because what is that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22. 22 teams that, like, actually have a legit shot of making the playoffs. I mean, these C-tier teams, they would need everything to go right in their favor, I think, to make the playoffs. But these teams, everyone that's left, I think could, like, actually has a legit shot to make the playoffs. But I think that's all for my C tier. B tier, we are gonna go definitely Raiders. The Bears are probably behind them. After seeing the Cowboys, Dak can only carry them so much. Their defense is very bad. I think the Chargers, the Saints, the Cardinals are probably down here. Yeah, B tier actually is going to get filled up very quick. I think the Colts are not going to win the division like most people think. Also the Vikings. Oh yeah, Falcons. Actually, Falcons are like edge, very back of B tier. Because like their offense really good. Matt Ryan is gonna have 4,000 yards and like 30 touchdowns. That's just what Matt Ryan does. But their defense is better, but I don't know if it's enough yet. The Dolphins also need to go in B tier. Put them probably there, honestly. I can't justify putting the football team. I think the football team is better than Yeah. Just because their defense is so good. So now we're left with what? 4, 8, 11. I. The Patriots. I mean, the Patriots don't win the division because there's the Bills, but are they better than the Dolphins? I guess just rests on Mac Jones, but I I can't put their whole season on Mac Jones. And Stephon Gilmore is out for the first 6 weeks, so that's a big hit to their defense. So now there's 10 teams left, and there's an S and A tier. I was only planned on putting 4 teams in the S tier because those are the people who are going to make the conference championships and then the Super Bowl. But A tier is for like division winners and people who are just in a tough division where they do really good, but they're not going to win the division. So obviously, Titans, I think, are going to win the division. This is tough. This is tough. The Browns. I think the Browns will win their division. Will they make it to the AFC Championship? Probably not. Probably not. I don't see it as a very likely route for them. I'm just going to go ahead and get it out the way. Chiefs are in Super Bowl contention. Patrick Mahomes in that offense. You're obviously going to be in Super Bowl contention. Also, the Bills. I think we could see an actual rematch from last year for that AFC Championship. I'm going to go ahead and put the Seahawks here. I think they have a lot of struggles on defense that they've kind of fixed, but I don't know. Also, I can't justify putting the Titans. I'm gonna put the Rams here. But also, it's crazy that the Rams and Seahawks are an A tier and they don't even win their own division. They won't even win their own division. I think the 49ers are going to be really good. Once Trey Lance starts, they're going to be a team that is seriously scary. Because Jimmy G, they're an A. With Jimmy G as a quarterback, they're an A tier team. But once Trey Lance, he sits behind Jimmy G for a couple of weeks, he comes back, or he comes in about like week 3, 4, take over, and Jimmy G's struggling, and I think that team is going to be a Super Bowl contender. And also, the Bucks, I mean, they would have whooped the Cowboys if you clean up Ronald Jones' fumble, Leonard Fournette catching the football, and they would have absolutely whooped the Cowboys. And, I mean, Green Bay, they were in the NFC Championship last year, but Aaron Rodgers, another year older, obviously he's very upset with the situation. He's angry. He wants to prove something to his GM and front office, but I see Green Bay's defense. I don't think it's all that special. I think the 49ers defense is better than Green Bay's defense, but you could really interchange. You could interchange Green Bay and San Francisco. But that is my tier list. Let me know if you have any disagreements. Agree with anything. I mean, I think it's pretty solid. They are all in order for me. So starting with the Chiefs being the number 1 team, and then going down the line, that's how I would rank the teams. Yeah, I would appreciate if you'd subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like, and peace out. I'll see you next time.